Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Andy Root channel. Today, we're talking about how good Demetri will be at karate in Cobra Kai Season 3. This is a topic that isn't really discussed, but it is something I've been interested in. Especially since I had a dream about Demetri being really good at karate. It's not really discussed because most fans of the show hate Demetri. I actually like his character though and see great potential for character growth. So let's just get right into it. Demetri was kind of a late bloomer when it came to developing his martial arts skills. He was obviously the worst one on the show, but managed to beat Hawk in the school fight. I'll get to that and explain it in a little bit. He started off wanting to join Cobra Kai in Season 1 because he saw how Miguel kicked ass in a lunch fight with Kyler. He then quit after being humiliated by Johnny and not seeing how he could get anything out of this. Fast forward to Season 2, he tries to rejoin Cobra Kai but gets a bloody nose from Kreese. He wanted to join this time because he wanted to be accepted by his friends and be a part of something that they were all doing. He clearly isn't a fit for Cobra Kai. He doesn't want to do it either and doesn't like how they go about things. That led him to writing that Yelp review about Cobra Kai and eventually splitting him from his old friend group. He feels helpless to fight back and joins Miyagi-Do as a last resort to prove to his old friends that he can be just like them. He didn't really want to join Miyagi-Do either, but he feels that he has no other choice. He just wants to be accepted by his friends. Nevertheless, he joins and is obviously the worst student there. I will give him credit though, he's actually one of the smartest people in the show. He is a nerd after all. Aside from knowing common knowledge, he's the only one who saw through what Daniel was teaching him. Not even Robbie figured out what the chores were teaching him. He realized that Daniel was teaching him muscle memory for it to develop karate technique. He's clearly not dumb, but being a wimp is what holds him back. He doesn't have any confidence and thinks, what's the point of even trying? He displays this attitude all throughout the show, but does one thing that is overlooked by viewers. He attempts to talk to Yasmin at the party after listening to Hawk's advice about getting girls. That was his first step to gaining confidence and being brave for the first time. He does ultimately get shut down, but it was a step up for his character. We see him go back to his old ways after getting shut down, but notice how he keeps trying in Season 2. I'll use this as an example. He talks to those girls at the beach acting like he was in Cobra Kai. That's what ultimately led him into wanting to rejoin, but he does try to rejoin after telling Miguel that he's done with it. He did tell him that he was considering rejoining, but only after seeing them win at the tournament. He wanted to be a part of something that gives him confidence, and that was the way to go. He realized that he didn't want to change who he was to become popular though. He saw what it did to Hawk, and he didn't want that to happen to him. That was the last straw for him after Kreese roughed him up. He is still scared to open up and wanted to ease his way into developing skill and confidence. Cobra Kai wasn't going to let him do that, so he didn't commit to it. Daniel soon realized this about him and was patient with him. He really wanted to help him learn because he could relate to him. That's what a good teacher should do. Daniel went about things the wrong way with opening up Miyagi-Do, but you do have to give him that over Johnny when teaching his students. He was patient with them and let them ease their way into something that's not in their comfort zone. This is why Demetri didn't quit. Instead of getting bullied and made fun of, he was supported by the other kids in Miyagi-Do. They lifted him up instead of putting him down, even though he was the worst one there. With practice comes result though, and Demetri started to develop some skill in karate after doing it all summer. He ended up beating Hawk because he underestimated him. I don't really understand all the hate on Demetri. He is annoying, but I would say he is easily the biggest underdog. You may say, but Andy Roo, Miguel is the biggest underdog. I would say, well, not anymore. Underdog by definition is a competitor to have little chance of winning a fight or contest. Miguel was the underdog at first because he was getting beat up by Kyler, but eventually beat him and won the tournament. He rose to become the best fighter in the series besides the adults, so he isn't an underdog anymore. We would easily put Miguel over anyone else in the show. Demetri, however, stands no chance against anyone else in the show. Even the viewers would say that everyone can beat Demetri, including Hawk. People were mad that Demetri beat Hawk at the end because it was unrealistic, but just because he beat him then and there doesn't mean he is better than him. Hawk is clearly the better fighter, but he lost because he underestimated him like I said, and got kicked pretty good. Not to mention that Hawk has literally been fighting 20 other people and was out of breath chasing him. You can see Demetri's confidence rise even before finding out the technique he developed. Demetri in Season 1 would never trash talk someone at a big party, knowing he could get his ass kicked. The only difference here is that he has friends to back him up and he knows it. That is what he was looking for in Cobra Kai but never got. I think we will see a much more confident Demetri in Season 3, especially after beating Hawk. Now back to the whole point of this video. How good will Demetri be at karate in Season 3, and what will that lead him to do? Demetri is very passionate about whatever he is into. Of course, he's a nerd. So was Hawk. They are the type of people to obsess over whatever they are doing. I'm sure Hawk and Demetri know every Harry Potter fact, or Dungeons and Dragons facts. As soon as Hawk joined Cobra Kai, he was immediately into it. He made it his life. Who's to say the same thing won't happen to Demetri? He was already getting something out of it at the end of Season 2 with his friends and balance lessons, but now he can actually use those lessons in combat. He knows how to defend himself now. He was just as surprised as Hawk that he was blocking his attacks. What is he going to do now? That was the last we saw of him in Season 2, so he could have went home that night and looked at his hands like a superhero just discovered they have superpowers. In Season 3, I think we'll see Demetri very into it and want to practice more. What does a superhero do when he discovers he has superpowers? They try it out, and I think that is exactly what Demetri is going to do. I'm not saying he's going to go out and attack anybody, but I think he will be eager to train with Daniel and the rest of Miyagi-Do again. He will start to gain confidence and will want to see how they hold up against his peers. He will only discover that there is no more Miyagi-Do karate and that Daniel was in Okinawa. He wants to do more karate, but he can't do that anymore. For now, at least. He's certainly not going to join Cobra Kai, but he might practice on his own. He might do every research there is about karate. He's going to make it his life, just like Hawk did, therefore making them equals. Of course, I don't think he will be good as Robbie or Miguel, but to answer the question of how good at karate he will be, then I will say he's going to be a lot better and be able to hold his own in a fight, even if he loses. There is a good chance he will fight Hawk again, but I don't think he will win. He might even get overconfident and go over to Cobra Kai to challenge Hawk. We already saw him willing to fight in Season 2 at the mall without knowing how to fight, but now he does. The only difference is that he doesn't have his Miyagi-Do friends, and he won't be as good as he thinks he is. He will be good at karate, but not great. I think Season 3 will show great character growth with Demetri. Well, I want to thank you guys for watching this video. I hope that answers this question. Remember that most of this is theory and I could be completely wrong. This is just my interpretation of Demetri. If you did like this video, then please leave a like along with subscribing. Also, don't forget to hit that notification bell so you don't miss an upload. Let me know if you want to see more character breakdowns / Cobra Kai theories. I will also be getting into more content aside from Cobra Kai, so I'll keep you posted when that's coming. Until next video, peace.